Good evening, children. So in the last class we have learnt about the complex permanent tissue. Okay, we have seen that they are being called as complex permanent tissue because their structure is very complex. Why the structure is complex? Because they are made up of more than one type of cell. That's why their structure is very much complex. Okay, then we have seen that complex permanent tissues are of two types, xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem both together forms the complex permanent tissue. Okay, they are also known as vascular bundle and they are associated with the conducting functions. Conducting functions means carrying functions of either water and food. Okay, in our last class we have discussed on the xylem, right? We have seen that xylem is a complex permanent tissue which carries water and minerals, right, from the roots to different parts of the plant. It is complex because it is made up of four types of cells, and these four types of cells are tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. Okay, out of these four types of cells we have seen that tracheids are non-living, vessels are non-living, fibers, from the name itself you can make out that it is non-living, and only the xylem parenchyma is living. That means we can say that xylem is mainly made up of non-living cells, right? Out of four cells, three are non-living and only one is living, that is xylem parenchyma. Okay, and we have discussed about their functions separately. Okay, in today's class we will focus on phloem. What is phloem? Okay, now phloem is nothing but, since you all know that it is also a complex tissue, but it is conducting what? Food. We can say that phloem is a complex tissue of vascular plants. You know, vascular means the plants in which vascular bundle is present, right? Vascular bundle means xylem and phloem. So we can say that phloem is a complex tissue of vascular plants, not all the plants but only the vascular plants, which conducts what? Food. You all know that food is synthesized in the leaf of the plants, right? You all know that leaf is green in color and it contains chloroplast. In the previous lesson of ours we have seen that chloroplast is a cell organelle. Okay, it is present in plants, mostly in the leaf region, and this chloroplast contains what? Chlorophyll, and chlorophyll is present in the thylakoid membrane, isn't it? Which is present in the stroma. Okay, now this chlorophyll is helping in the process of photosynthesis. What? Photosynthesis. So you all have learnt in your previous classes that plants prepare their food by the process of photosynthesis. Okay, in the leaf. Now since the food has been produced in the leaf, which is the aerial part of the plant, it has to go to other parts of the plant like stem, roots, everywhere, right? So this phloem is the complex tissue which carries food from the leaves to different parts of the plant body. Okay, now we will see that it is also made up of four types of cells. How many? Four. Just like xylem, it is also made up of four types of cells, right? Let's see what are the four types of cells. The first is sieve tubes. What? First is sieve tubes. Second is companion cells. Third is phloem parenchyma. Okay, and the fourth one is phloem fibers. Okay, first we will look what is sieve tubes. Okay, this diagram you can see, this is the diagram of a phloem. Okay, this phloem's diagram is showing the different parts of the phloem tissue. These are the different components. We have seen that phloem is made up of four types of cells, right? These four components are present here, which is representing what? Phloem. It is the LS. LS means longitudinally. When you cut longitudinally, then it is said to be longitudinal section. Okay, so you can see here, this is phloem parenchyma cells. These are lateral sieve area. Sieve area means the openings. This is the lateral sieve plates. These small cells are companion cells, right? So we have seen that xylem tubes xylem tubes here. These are xylem tubes. These are companion cells. See, these blank spaces are xylem tube. Okay, first component. Second component, companion cell. See, sieve tubes, and just next to it is companion cell. Okay, then just next to it on the other side is parenchyma, phloem parenchyma, and fibers are present all throughout. They are in the form of tubules. You all know, you have learned in the previous. We have seen how xylem fiber it is, same like it is present. It is also present in phloem. Okay. So from the figure itself, you can see that sieve tubes, these are tubes, isn't it? These are tubes, hollow tubes. These hollow tubes are elongated tube-like thin walled. You can see their walls, they are very thin walled. Living cells, they are elongated. You can see from the figure, they are elongated structures, isn't it? They have a thin wall, okay? And they are living cells. Most importantly, they are living cells. Number two, since they are hollow in structure and they are tubular in structure, so we can say that they are they helps in the conduction of food from the leaves to different parts of the plant body. Since they are tubular in structures and they have hollow spaces, so that means they will carry. Now what they will carry? They will carry food from leaves to the different parts of the plant body. Not only that, it has also been observed that during certain conditions or in some plants, they also help in the storage of the prepared food. You all know that leaves have prepared food, so not all the time all the food is being consumed by the plant. So in their time when the food is extra in amount, it needs to be get stored, and who is helping it to store? Sieve tubes. Okay, so first is sieve tubes. Second, we will see that companion cells. Companion cells are also elongated. See, these are companion cells, right? These are companion cells. They are also elongated. Specialized parenchyma cell. You know parenchyma cells, they are living cells. So these are the special type of parenchyma cells, you can say. Okay. So these are specialized parenchyma cell of the phloem, which is connected with the sieve tube. This is tube, and with this only it is being connected. It doesn't present alone separately. It is present along with the sieve tube. This is sieve tube, and on just next to it, attached with it, is present the sieve companion cell. So companion cell is an elongated special type of parenchyma cell which is present in connection with the sieve tube. This companion cell is present in connectivity with the sieve tube. Okay. Now what is its functions? Companion cells are functionally associated with sieve tubes. They are functionally, what is the function of sieve tube? To carry the food, right? Similarly, companion cell it doesn't have a separate function. It functions along with the sieve tube. Okay, it gives support, a kind of support to the sieve tube, right? Because they are thin walled in structure, so their function is associated with the function of the sieve tube. Okay. Third type is phloem parenchyma. From the name itself, you can make out parenchyma is the living cell. You can see here, these are the parenchyma, elongated parenchyma cells, and these are the protoplasm. You can see these dotted structures. These dotted structures says protoplasm. Okay, this is the nucleus. Okay, these are elongated vertical parenchyma cells, and their most important function is storage. The sieve tubes conduct the food, but it will be stored in the phloem parenchyma. Okay, and these are living cells. And the last one is phloem fibers. From the name itself, it will be in the form of a fiber like this. Phloem fiber will be in the form of a fiber like this. Okay, this is phloem fibers. They are elongated structures. Okay, non-living. Since they are in the form of thread-like structures, they are non-living, elongated, thick-walled cells, and their walls will be lignified, isn't it? That means their walls have lignin in their composition. Okay. Most importantly, you all know that fibers' most important function is mechanical support. They give support to the tissues, isn't it? They will give support to the tissues. One thing I must tell, I have forgotten to tell you that in this diagram, you can see here, this is sieve tube, isn't it? Now sieve tubes have here plates. It is acting like a plate. When you see its section, when you see it, it will look like this. This is, if you will see it from the outside, then it will look like this. It is the section. When you see it from the outside, it will look like this. This is known as sieve element. Sieve element means sieve tube plus sieve cells. Okay, see, these are the cells. This elongated cylindrical structure, you can see this cylindrical structure is sieve cell. Okay, this sieve cell is having a structure here, flat. This is known as sieve plate. It is acting like a plate, isn't it? It's covering, it's present at the end, so it is acting like a plate. So it is, since it is present in sieve cell, so it is known as sieve plate. Okay, on the surface of the sieve plate, you can see so many openings are there. These openings are only known as sieve area. These openings are known as sieve area, or you can say that sieve tube. When these so many cells are lying one after the another, so it will form a tube like structure, so it is known as sieve tube. Okay, and these are the companion cells. So when you will see its compact structure from outside, it will look like this. This is a sieve plate, this is the sieve opening, that is sieve tube. It will form a tube like structures when present next to each other, and this whole is known as sieve element. Okay, so here this is the sieve plate. It is acting like a plate, and the plates are having openings here. See, from here the water will pass. See, these are having openings, isn't it? From these openings the water will be carried to different parts of the plant. Okay. So we have seen that phloem is a complex permanent tissue. It is present in vascular plants, and its major important function is to carry the food. It is made up of again 4 types of cells: sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, and phloem fibers. Now you can say that, ma'am, sieve tubes are living. Okay, companion cells are living. Okay, parenchyma is living. Only the living, non-living part is phloem fibers. These are non-living. So we can say that phloem is generally made up of living cells. So here 3 living cells and 1 non-living. Okay. So we have seen that it is made up of 4 types of cells. Out of 4 types, 3 are living cells and only 1 is non-living cells. Okay. Sieve tubes are the elongated tube-like structures which helps in the conduction of food from leaves to different parts of the plant, and sometimes it also performs the function of storage. Then we have seen companion cell. Companion cells are the special kind of parenchyma cells. They also have a cytoplasm and nucleus throughout their life. That's why they are living. Okay, and their function is associated with the function of the sieve tube. They are acting as a supportive type of cells to the sieve tubes. Okay. Then third one is phloem parenchyma. They are living cells and they are elongated. They have a dense cytoplasm. You can see this protoplasm, and they have a nucleus. So their main function is storage. They store food. Then the last one is phloem fibers. These are non-living tuber-like structures. Thin, then their walls are lignified, means they have lignin in their composition. Okay. So phloem is the tissue which carries food. So we can say that it is made up of 3 living cells and 1 non-living cell. Xylem, it is made up of 3 non-living cells and 1 living cell. So this is the complete explanation of complex permanent tissue, which is of 2 types, xylem and phloem. Xylem helps in the conduction of water and minerals, and phloem helps in the transportation of food. This is the major difference. Xylem is mainly composed of non-living cells, but phloem is mainly composed of living cells. So this is briefly about today's phloem structure and different functions of its composition. Thank you.